1 year now. It's been deadly tornadoes challenged so many of us in Nashville and all across Middle Tennessee. I mean, look at the devastation here. Forced many new ways of people finding work here, even before the pandemic hit us. News 4's Joshua Cole talked to one local group still rebuilding tonight, all while trying to help families with members who are living on the autism spectrum.
When the Autism Tennessee staff left their offices the night before the tornado, they had no idea what this next year would look like. You can see they're still rebuilding, like many here in the 5 Points neighborhood, and they remember the resilience it took to keep serving.
People on the spectrum react to different things in different ways.
Adjusting how Dave works in the last year has shown its challenges.
I want to say very politely, I am on the spectrum.
Dave also works for Autism Tennessee that had to change everything.
The tornado was shocking.
After the March 2020 tornadoes.
Like a large and extremely dangerous tornado. So it's in East Nashville right now, the most dangerous part of the storm.
That our building was heavily impacted and is still not rebuilt.
Even before the pandemic, the organization went from brick and mortar to reaching families strictly online.
There were dozens of families who'd been directly impacted by the tornado and needed immediate assistance. I mean, all the things that everyone had to jump on board when we all went virtual, my team was already doing that.
It wasn't just fun events moving online. Their helpline became a storm of its own. As Dave told us, people living on the spectrum reacting in different ways, and families with kids to adults just realizing they may need more help than ever to navigate this different way of thinking.
We are starved to get together in person. As I get to interact with people in person, it's going to take some adjusting.
Dave waits for those in-person game days and his workplace to finish their rebuild.
And I'm being given more and more responsibility. I think that is a frustration for a lot of people on the spectrum. The reality is that we can.
And knows if he can make it through this storm, anyone can.
Resilience, definitely. Here we are, and we're thriving.
Autism Tennessee hopes to reopen their offices later this year, but before that, they hope to even start hosting game days in person again, which Dave says he's very excited for. I'm Joshua Cole, News 4 Nashville.
Tomorrow marks 1 year since the deadly tornadoes struck Middle Tennessee. All day long, we will have live team coverage all throughout all of our shows as we remember the day that changed so many lives.